In this one, I am going to show you my trip that I took to Wharf Aquatics. You'll see this video is 20 minutes long. I don't do 20-minute long videos, and I could have done even longer. I just wanted to show you everything that was in there. I also got myself some new fish. So I got, I think it was two or three different species. Honestly, guys, if I was you, get yourself a drink, get yourself a cup of tea or a glass of wine or whatever, because you're going to enjoy this one. So let's get straight into it. I've said it before and I'll say it again. This is up there as the best fish shop in the UK. And I reckon it could challenge any fish shop in the world. So let me know in the comments if you know of a better one, because this is unreal. And there's so many great things about this place, honestly. And I'm just showing you mostly the tropical fish room. I mean, this tank alone, this is the big show tank. It's absolutely massive. And the fish in this tank are a lot bigger than they actually look. This is one of the first things you see when you enter the tropical fish room. But Wharf Aquatics as well has got a big marine room. It's got a big cold water room. It's got an African room. And it's got some of the biggest amount of dry goods I've ever seen. So, honestly, it is up there with the best. So, obviously, I concentrate on the tropical stuff because that's what we like on our channel, isn't it? I will show you some of the cold water stuff at the end, but already we are 2 tanks in and it's everything that we dream of, isn't it? I mean, this pair of Dober, the female's actually hiding down the bottom left, if you can see her, but that male is absolutely stunning. 180 quid for the pair. This male must have been at least 20 inches. And honestly, it's outstanding. So, straight off, you're seeing some beautiful monster fish. And this shop has a lot of those fish. It also has some amazing South American cichlids, some amazing Central American cichlids. Now, these true parrots are absolutely gorgeous. And then just stick a hell of a load of flagtails in there as well. So, but like I said, honestly, you know, sometimes we can over-exaggerate. I'm very guilty of that. But I'm not exaggerating when it comes to this shop. It's honestly, you've got to see it to believe it. You've got to get in there and check it out if you can. It's in Nottingham in the UK. It's about 2.5 hours for me and Joe to get there, 2.5 hours back, but we do make a day of it. These stingray pups, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, if anyone's watching from Wharf, these were bred by Richard Hardwick, who is a legend in the fish keeping hobby when it comes to stingrays, and I think these are some of his young. There was a couple of tanks with these stingray pups in, and as always, Wharf have always got a lot of stingrays. These are some stunning blackberry silver dollars, but what I really liked in this tank is these L97 polka dot Plecos. These were absolutely gorgeous. Honestly, they were fantastic quality. And I do show you the odd Pleco in this video because they also have a lot of them. But we do mainly focus on the bigger fish and the American cichlids. But there's a couple of Plecos that caught my eye, and this was one of them. Then onto some of the South American cichlids. These stunning Zingu Pikes. These are absolutely gorgeous, honestly. I've seen these a few times when I've been to Wharf. I've only ever really seen them in Wharf. I don't think they get as big as some of the pikes like the lenticulatus pike or the Rio Atatapo pike. These are not as big as those, and these are absolutely striking, honestly. I don't, you know, when you get these in a tank with a nice scape, they pop. Beautiful fish. Then we've got the good old school Conviccid cichlids. Absolutely stunning, and what a big size they were. They had 2 sizes. I'll show you the smaller ones in a moment, but these are the bigger ones. These were whopping convicts, honestly. And if you look at that price on the left, that is a bargain. A huge African, I think it's an African lungfish, but it's a lungfish anyway, so a huge lungfish. This was massive, honestly. This was, again, sometimes the videos don't show you the true size of the fish, but that was a belter. This was a young female Salvinii on its own. Look out for a clue there. You might know where this is going. As I did say in the intro, I did bring some fish home. You already know I was getting a Salvinii. This is one of them. There was only one Salvinii in the shop, so I took it home. As you know, I've got 2 males that came from the same stock as this one, and I realised just how big mine had gotten out when I saw this. We've got some Onis. Now, there was a couple of fish, which you will see throughout the video, that were on my most wanted list the other week, and this was one of them, the Onis, and these were a really good size. Honestly, these were a fantastic size. I said before though, didn't I, I've seen these in Wharf before, and this is not the first time I've seen good quality Firemouth Onis in this shop, and there's a good amount here, so if anybody's after some, there is some in there. And you know, like I said, with the Central American cichlids in Wharf, they do keep the rarer type. You don't see many of these fish, as they do with all their fish, but the Central Americans in particular. These were brilliant, and I've been talking to Rocky, and he's very lucky he got these. I probably would have snapped these up, I'm not lying to you. Not really a fish that I've kept before, but this pair is absolutely stunning. That male is an absolute Dober. Check him out. They're a great pair, them, and you know, Rocky, I do know Rocky from Facebook. He'll enjoy them because they're a cracking pair of fish, and they are a proven pair as well. So he's gonna get some nice young. That male is a belter though, isn't he? And then this tank has got the Salvinii, so the rest of the Salvinii, and some Mammon. So there's a couple of species in there. Again, some really nice Salvinis, and a beautiful species, which is the Mammon. We love the Mammon. I've had them before. I've been really unlucky with the ones that I've had, in my opinion. So, yeah, but a really nice species. 2 nice species in that tank, to be fair. And then these, not necessarily a Central or a South American cichlid, an African cichlid, but these are probably the nicest jewel cichlids that I've ever seen, to be honest with you. The deep red is stunning in those. They are a beautiful fish. They caught my eye that much. I even considered getting some, and I didn't get them because, if I'm honest, if I'd have got every fish in the shop that I considered, I'd have been knackered now because I've had nowhere to put them. Up top, there's a row of flower-horns up there, big head flower-horns, and this pair of pike. This pair of pike were in there when I went in the summer. I cannot believe they've not gone. It's a stunning pair. I'd love to be able to give these a tank, if I'm honest with you. They don't want to split them. 180 quid for the pair. Honestly, guys, Google these. It says it on the tank Googling, because if you Google them, you're going to be stunned, and it's worth getting them if you can. Some snakeheads, another species that this shop has a hell of a lot of. Honestly, they have so many snakeheads when I go. And the thing with Wharf is, they really, really go to town with the amount of species they get in. They give people a choice, which I love that. And then this is something quite special. These are the black Firemouth cichlids. Now, these originally came from Jeff Rapps. So anybody who knows Jeff Rapps is will know that these will be good quality fish. Are different to your normal Firemouth, and I was talking to Graham about this, and he was telling me about some of the differences, and he's going to look for what the catch location of these were originally, but these were special. Again, a fish that I would have loved to have brought back with me, but I didn't. So I'm giving you some clues about what I didn't bring back with me, but I'm not going to tell you yet what I did bring back. But I did bring back quite a few bags. Big butty coffer eye and a big red mammon, rose queen mammon, I think it is. Basically, it's fluid mixed with a flower on, I think. The one on the right is the young from the one on the left. The one on the left is dad to the one on the right, if that makes sense. And then this is a male Tamasopo cichlid, so it's an Erichthys tamasopoensis, and it's the same family really as the Texas, the Carpenters. These don't grow nowhere near as big. This is from Dan Vaughan. One of Dan Vaughan's males. He brought this up to Wharf. I was actually talking to him last week, and he told me he brought it up. And there's also some young Tamasopo cichlids in there as well. Young RTM. So, and not, you know, this is more of a popular, it's not as rare as some of the cichlids from Central America, but they're not easy to find. So there's quite a few there if somebody wants to buy a group, and a really good price. Grow them out, get yourself a stunning pair. Parachromis RTMs, absolutely lovely. And I've already showed you so many rare fish and cichlids. It's unbelievable, and we've still got loads to go. So in here, some Fenestratus, and the ones you can see are Cutterai hybrids. So I don't know what they're mixed with, but they are a Cutterai hybrid, and there's a couple of Fenestratus in that tank as well. Some red devils, so these are labelled as Amphilophus labiatus, and as you can see, they've been through peeling stage. Decent size, and £8 each. That's, you know, it's not a bad price, £8 each. These grow into a beautiful fish. If you watch my channel regular, you'll have seen you've seen my big Midas, which is Little Morris, and I used to have a red devil, which was Jagger, quite a while ago. He's been long gone from the fish room, but if you've watched it, you know what type of fish they are. This is a little wolffish. I don't know what type it is because I don't know much about the wolffish, if I'm honest, but this was only about 3 or 4 inches big, so I assume this is going to grow into a monster. The Rickfish macula pinnis, I love these. These are a good bread and butter fish, formerly known as the Botai Cichlid. I've got a little group of these. I do love them, and they do colour up nicely, especially in breeding mode. Then we're up top again because they've got these big fish in these big top tanks. Upside down catfish, which, if anyone doesn't know, it's okay, they swim upside down, and a frontosa cichlid in the other tank. What I love about Wharf as well is if you have to look about 10 times in every tank, but then when you look up and you see these rows of tanks going around the shop, they have some very, very special fish in there. Some big monsters, some, honestly, all types. Then I did say I was showing you some of the Plecos. This is an L25 Pleco, and there was a couple of these in the shop. I wish I'd have filmed more of the Plecos because they have some outstanding ones in there. And then we have got some Geophagus and some clown knife fish. You can see the clown knife fish in the background. A bit of an amazing fact about me, I don't like clown knives. I just don't like them. And if you had to pick the worst fish in the hobby for me, that it would be the clown knife. So that's controversial, but that would be my choice. And those Geophagus are used. They always have nice sized Geophagus in there as well. Green Severum, again, we're up at the top tanks, like I said to you. They just get these big fish. And that Noi, right, was massive. When you use the term bin lid, that was actually a bin lid, I'm not going to lie. Some red-bellied piranhas. See what I mean about these top tanks? They're brilliant. And then they've got this big, massive group of Oscars. So a couple of different types in there. There was one bronze, and then these albino tiger Oscars, or whatever you want to call them. And we also had some bumblebee Oscars, which was nice for me to see, because if you remember Torture, which we sadly lost him not long ago, these are a wild caught Oscar, the Astronautus crassipinnis, and in my opinion, the best Oscar out there, but that's just my opinion. Absolutely stunning. And these are another fish that was on my most wanted list. The Grandin A Right. These were bred by a guy called Steve Buckley, who follows me on YouTube, and we've spoke a couple of times on Facebook. He's done a fantastic job with these. These are absolutely gorgeous, and this is from the ones that Bill got were from that group as well. Stunning catfish. I'm not sure what type. I thought it was a lynx catfish at first. Well, there you go, bulk catfish. Big one as well. It was a nice fish, that, to be honest with you. And if you've got a big monster tank, these look great in it, don't they? Again, you can get some big catfish from Wharf. And these are very special. This is a pair of splendens. This species is awesome, honestly. And it's not a species you see that often. So to see a pair in a tank like that was quite mesmerising, honestly. Just stunning. And again, if anybody's after something special, something that, you know, is a real centrepiece, and get yourself to Wharf Aquatics and get these snapped up, because these are rare and these are very nice. Then we had a big tank full of VA spillan, which are now called Melanaru. The spillan is me showing my age, I suppose, but habits are hard to break. But there was a nice group of these. They were a decent size as well. So, you know, if you want to grow a pair out, again, you can get a group of these and relatively good price. And here's something very special as well. So I'm just reeling them off, aren't I? I'm just reeling more special after more special fish, especially the cichlids. This is a red terror, a afeste. It's a male, and it's an absolute beauty. Obviously a little bit wary of me with the camera. As you can see, it's got its side-eyeing me, but again, and it would colour up really nicely when it had settled in someone's tank. It's beautiful. This is one of my favourite fish. Now, this you might not know this, but the lenticulatus pike is one of my favourite fish. Now, Ras at Wharf Aquatics will tell you, because I'm always talking about his with him on his YouTube channel, and he has got an absolute belter, and so has Darius at DWS Darius. These are one of my favourite fish, but they're a monster fish, so I'd have to have a very, very big tank to house one of these, and they can be very, very aggressive. But honestly, I would love a tank of not of these as such, but a tank with one of these. Some wild caught Peruvian angels. Stunning, stunning, stunning angels. And if you look on the right, you can see another fantastic Pleco. Just stunning. The colour on that is outstanding. Honestly, I was in this shop for a good 2.5 to 3 hours, and I was just in my element. Obviously, I was filming, and I was chatting to Graham, I was chatting to Alan, chatting to Connor. It's just great. And they're so busy, though. The shop is so busy. But again, another one, a group of Feste. So these are smaller Feste. These are red terror cichlids, like I said before. If you want to grow a pair out, you've got an opportunity to grow a pair out. But these fish that I am showing you in this video, you tell me in the comments what other shop you can see this much choice in. You just can't. And you come here, and honestly, it's very dangerous, because you can leave this shop with too many fish if you don't look after yourself. Another great species, the Bulgarian seal point angels. Now, you know I like angels, and I'm going to tell you this. There is a lot of people selling BSP angels at the moment, and they're not very good quality. These are fantastic quality. This is how a BSP angel should look. So if you're looking for any, if they don't look like this, they're probably not great quality, if I'm honest with you. They're fantastic. Little black nasty ATN in one of the bottom tanks. I think there's a couple of them in there, if I remember rightly. And then these two stunning watermelon Plecos, L330. Again, quality, unbelievable quality, just outstanding. They are stunning, honestly. I've got a Royal Pleco, which is the L190, and I have had watermelons in the past, but they're stunning. And then some Botai Cichlid. So another fish that you do not see in the UK, and you know, I sent a video of these to Bill because he likes his Botai, just to show him, but they are outstanding as well. They will grow into a beautiful, beautiful, big cichlid, honestly. They are stunning when they get bigger. Some giant gouramis. I think, are these the red-tailed giant gouramis? I'm not sure. I'm not that big on them. And then I said I'd show you the cold water area, because again, it's massive. I know if you're watching Stubbs, you'll like this, but some big ponds in there. This one I'm showing you is actually one of the smaller ponds. But you know, time of year, you get yourself over to Wharf, you might get yourself a good deal on some of these unbelievable fish. Some whopping koi carp, and just, I mean, look at the size of that pond. It's massive. And I will do a little walk around the cold water area just to show you the size of these ponds. But I always think it's really nice when you go in a shop and you see a pond of this size with these fish in. Honestly, they're outstanding. I did finish my day off in here. At this point, I was getting into 2.5 hours of being there. And this is the cold water room. I got the chance to walk around this. It's not as easy to do a walk around the tropical room, because honestly, it's so busy. The queue to get someone who works in the tropical part is massive. The other day, it was just, honestly, it's really hard to film in there, because you want to be careful that you're getting in people's way. And, you know, people are great, but it's, you know, they're out enjoying their Saturday, getting themselves some new fish. So I try my best not to get in the way. And I did show, I mean, I don't know what my fingers are doing at this point, but I did show you as much as I could. But let me tell you, in that tropical room, there was still probably the same again that I didn't show you. And there's that big pond. Check the size of that. That's outstanding. Little one there in the middle, and then another one to the right. This shop is amazing. And then this is the outside bit. I mean, look at this wood. It doesn't, honestly, I sometimes get lost for words when I'm in this place, but look at the amount of wood. And you're talking those pieces of wood are humongous. They're massive, honestly. So it's a fantastic shop, his Wharf. And again, I'll say it again, the lads in Wharf are brilliant. The staff in Wharf are exceptional, honestly. And then obviously I know I deal with Alan and Graham most of the time, and they are so good to me, but the rest of the lads as well. Everyone's so polite, and it's an amazing place. Honestly, how good is that shop? It's just amazing, isn't it? And I did bring some fish home, but I'm not going to be able to do the video on them because it's just been too long. So we'll do another one. You'll have to wait and see what I got. They're in quarantine at the moment, but we'll do a video. Don't worry, soon. But yeah, I just want to say a massive thank you, as always. The support means a lot. I also want to say a massive thank you to the guys at Wharf who let me just turn up with my camera and film and always give me so much great advice. So yeah, anyway, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. Press the subscribe button, ping the bell for notifications. That's me, guys. I'm signing off, and I'll see you all on the next one.